for some more.
Fun.
Some more fun. This time, I'm going to tell you what it cost. First, yes. It was, first of all, it's Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. I'm surprised I've never done a video about this whiskey before.
I'm not a fan of Evan.
I've done Evan Williams, but not Evan Williams Bottled in Bond.
Bottled in Bond?
Yes.
This will be my first whiskey that I've ever drank that was produced under the supervision of the U.S. government. So,
really? You haven't had a Bottled in Bond? 50% alcohol by volume?
What is Bottled in Bond?
Bourbon before?
Probably not. No.
Okay.
That's a special status.
Okay. Bottled in Bond is, it has to be aged in a government supervised warehouse for no less than, I think it's 3 or 4 years. I think it's 4 years. It has to be 100 proof. That's 50% alcohol by volume. It has to be made by one distillery within one
distilling
season. Within one distilling season. And are there any other rules for Bottled in Bond? I don't think so.
How long is the distilling
No, but
season?
I have a question about the supervision part. You said under government supervision. So would this be the same kind of supervision? Sort of like, are we talking children and family services style supervision, or are we talking like really stringent, like government supervision? Are they there every day, walking around distillery?
To be honest, I don't have the answer for
With
that.
badge on U.S. government.
I don't have the answer for that one, but I'm sure that the whole process is supervised in that they don't add any color or they don't add any goose piss or whatever isn't supposed to go in there. Geese don't piss, do they? No, they don't.
They pee.
No, they pee. They excrete fluids.
They excrete fluids, yes, and solids at the same time, just like other birds.
Yeah.
They don't.
That little cloacula kind of thing going on.
Yeah, you know, when it lands on your head and stuff. Yeah.
Did it land on your head?
No, but it got close a few times.
Yeah.
What do you mean the egg comes out of there too?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, whoever thought of eating something that comes out of the wrong end of a...
It's true, but I love eggs.
I know.
I do too.
I like them too, yeah.
But I struggle with this point.
Well, here we are. We've got our Bottled in Bond, Evan Williams.
I'm quite sure I probably have drank a
Bottled in Bond?
Bottled in Bond before.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know that I've drank Evan Williams before, though. I've drank
I have
bourbons.
And I liked
it.
I really liked Evan Williams. Even the entry-level cheap stuff. It's really good, I think. I remember having it down in Florida at Daytona Beach.
Continue. I just have to explain.
Oh, okay.
Mostly my experience would probably be what would be, well, in my younger days it would have been Jim Beam. And Bullet is probably one of the more recent ones I've had. Blanton's.
Yeah, Blanton's, yeah.
Never tried Pappy Van Winkle's, although I'd like to. Probably.
Good luck getting it and coming up with the money to pay for it.
Basil Hayden's.
Basil Hayden's, yeah.
Not tried that one either.
You're not missing much. Basil Hayden's is a little thin because it's bottled at 40% alcohol by volume. So Basil Hayden, I guess if you're a beginner, would be all right, but it's not my favorite. I like things like, Eagle Rare, Wild Turkey 101.
Wild Turkey I've won a Wild Turkey 101 I'm fairly familiar with. I think
Wild Turkey 101 is a really good one.
The turkey and I have had a few nights together.
Yeah.
Definitely. And as I told you earlier, bourbon is the only spirit that I've ever had to try and account for missing time when I've been drinking it.
Right. So you've been abducted by aliens.
Some might say that that's what happened. I'm uncertain. My girlfriend and I at the
And
time both lost a couple of hours of the
And you-
evening.
and you've
we
got
can't
rate-
account for.
And you've got radioactive blood like Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay. Like typical bourbon. There's your cherry note.
Cherry and cigarettes.
Cherry and cigarettes.
Switch hands. That's almost maraschino-y. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's your cherry note.
Definitely.
Yes, very much. In fact, I would say it's cherry forward compared to the other things that you'd usually get, like caramel and vanilla. Although they're there, don't get me wrong. I'm also getting I'm not getting too much of the rye influence. And the rye influence on a bourbon would usually come across as mint or
I'm just going to dive right in here.
oh, Lisa hasn't even noticed it yet.
It's okay.
You sure?
Yep, I'm behind. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh, nice glass.
Yeah, I thought I'd pull these out for a change.
Yeah, so I'll wait for Lisa to nose it first so she can say what she thinks she smells, and right at the same time that I'm taking a sip of it, and we'll see if that suggestion comes up in my taste.
Orchard fruits.
Okay.
Pear.
Okay, I get more cherry.
A little bit of apple.
Okay.
Definitely apple for me.
What type of apple?
Apricot.
Well, it's your nose.
Yeah.
Maybe a hint of apricot.
It's one of those fruits I don't have often, but it does have a distinct smell.
Okay, I definitely.
Mind you, mine's opened up a little bit because you guys have been nosing it first.
Yeah, but they were poured at the same time.
Yeah. But you've been nosing it the whole time and I haven't.
Yeah, but that doesn't change it.
Yeah, it does. It was you. Mine was breathing.
Oh yeah, yours was breathing, but yours and mine would be the same now
Right.
because they were poured at the same time.
Right.
Even though
So
you
what
weren't
did-
nosing it the whole time.
So what did you smell at first?
Cherries.
Cherries.
Yeah.
Oh. Isn't that changing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am smelling peaches. I'm smelling orchard fruits.
Okay.
And there's something that else in the back there. Is it orange?
I don't usually get fruits out of bourbons.
I'm smelling fruit. But you said cherry. So what else did you smell besides cherry?
Brown sugar.
I don't smell that.
I'm getting a lot of brown sugar now.
I'm smelling more citrus.
Interesting.
Mhm.
I've seen people get citrus from bourbon before, but I don't get it.
I'm smelling citrus. I'm smelling lemon and lime.
Lemon and lime.
Yeah.
And citrus.
Mhm.
What about you, Scott?
Well, as we've established earlier, my nose is not performing. Flavor-wise, I had there was definite cherry in it as well. But again, you mentioned that, so I'm
cherry
still
lime. And that's what I'm smelling. Cherry lime.
Cherry lime.
There was a sunripe, like there's sunripe apple juice. There was a sunripe, and it was cherry lime flavor, and I never had it very often, but when I did, I loved it.
Yeah.
And it was a cherry lime flavor, and that's what I'm smelling at the moment.
Okay, I can sort of see that.
Can you see it? I can't see it.
I can smell it. Yeah.
I had a bit of a pear taste.
Okay, I'm going to go for the palate now.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing where I was already on to the taste. Now,
Wow. That ain't no sunripe. But it tastes like cherry lime. That's what I'm
Oh.
tasting.
Wow. I'm getting,
Sweetness too. A little bit. Sweetness but citrusy.
now that you mention it, I am getting that some cherry and lime citrus on the finish. But to be sure, I'm going to have a second sip.
I could possibly see the citrus, but it's more like a lime peel
Oh, you
than actual lime. You know what I mean? It's like lime. It's like a lime zest.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lime zest rather than the
Yeah.
lime itself.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take a smaller sip because remember, this is at 50% alcohol by volume.
Well, how come we're drinking in bigger glasses?
Well, they're not that big. They're just more like a tumbler than the Glencairn. So usually people would be drinking bourbon out of tumblers, right?
Yeah. I'd be drinking it in a short glass, like.
Yeah.
A tumbler to me is like a big plastic glass.
No, well, it's like a fatter one.
Mmm.
I generally drink bourbon in a short, what I'd call just a short glass, right?
I'm getting a little vanilla now.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bit sweeter now.
I'm not sure about this one. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just not. I'm waiting for something to grab me.
It is cherry lime to me. That's what I'm going to stick with.
That's what I'm getting on the finish. But before that, there's a bit of brown sugar. There's a sweetness too. There's a sweetness from the corn before the end.
Is there oak?
Oh, definitely oak, yeah.
I'm getting better, you know.
Yeah.
When I first started, I had no clue what you were talking about. You're like, it smells like cinnamon. I'm like, yes, it does. What else did he say? He said apple. Yeah, it smells like apple. But you really can tell now. With the longer you do this,
and
the easier it does get.
And you're right. There is a citrus zest to this, definitely.
But I think it's a confidence too. You're not confident. Like I wasn't confident before saying what I thought it smelled like because I didn't want to be wrong.
You can't be wrong.
Right.
You can't be wrong.
Right.
You're going citrus, 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 and I'm going no, no, no. And then now I tasted it, and on the palate, yes, I'm getting citrus on the finish.
But I would have never said that during the first year.
Right.
Of doing this. I would have been like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like it?
Just smile and nod.
Yeah.
You like it?
Don't correct him.
It's not my favorite at this point in time, but we'll see what happens if it oxidizes a little bit, and I might get that epiphany moment someday when I'm pouring a glass of it and going, hey,
so
I like this.
Remind me again about a bourbon.
Bourbon, yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Because, we were doing the Irish and we were doing this. I do lose track a little bit. What about the bourbons again? Is a special kind of whiskey?
Bourbon has to be made in the United States.
Okay.
Okay, one thing. Second, the mash bill. Now, a mash bill is the grains that they use, that they ferment, and then they distill. There has to be at least 51% of the grain in there has to be corn. The rest can be made up with malted barley, rye, and or wheat.
Okay.
And I think they can add other things if they want. But it has to be at least 51% corn.
Why?
Because that defines a bourbon.
Okay.
51% of the grain used in there or more. You can have 75% corn.
When I think of a corn whiskey, I think of
It's also the largest U.S. cash crop after marijuana.
Yeah, see, there you go. And it's cheaper than other grains.
Oh, I see.
Now, if it's an American rye whiskey,
the poly blend.
if it's a rye whiskey, it's got to have 51% or more rye grain in the mash bill. And the mash bill is just the bunch of grains that are mixed together before they fermented and distill it and so on.
Yeah, there is an overpowering smell there.
That's what I'm like. I'm not saying I don't.
It's the
I
corn sweet.
dislike it, but it's not grabbing me.
Okay.
Um,
It's the corn sweetness. There's a lot of corn sweetness. There's some brown sugar. There's some cherry. There is on the finish, like you said, some citrus zest, some lime zest. And did we say a bit of apple as well?
Getting more citrus and lime.
Citrus and lime.
Citrus and lime.
Yeah.
And cherry.
Well, we've been going on for quite a while, so we've said pretty much what we were going to say.
Well, say this.
Do you want to say that?
You say it.
No, you say it.
You haven't done it in forever.
Doesn't matter.
Kanpai!
Kanpai!
That was the last one.
That was this one.
Kanpai!
Kanpai!
What the heck is that?
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig. Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.